Hey guys, what's up? Wanted to reach out today and make a quick video. I speak to a lot of people. A lot of people speak to me, and good, bad, or the ugly. You get conversations sometimes that just kind of makes your wheels turn. And I know that there's billions of people out there. We're all human, so we all have the same type of thoughts and feelings and interactions with other people. So this subject really is about condition and love. So what keeps people together? Now, it could be anybody. It could be a friendship. It can be spousal. It can be sibling. It can be a work relationship. So, like, even in the context of work, do you love what you do? So, in that context, love can work in the relationship of work, whether it's your profession, okay? And I would dare say that it has to be both. So here's what I mean. So everybody says I have no conditions. I'll love my kids unconditionally. I love my husband and my wife unconditionally. I love, God loves me unconditionally. And the truth of the matter is that if there's love involved, again, even in your own passion of work, as a creative, let's say you're a painter, you're an artist, that love that you have does still have conditions. So as long as I have this palette, and as long as I have this paintbrush, and as long as I use this specific canvas, and as long as I get to use my right hand, which is the hand that I paint with and draw with, as long as I have that, I will always do this. And that this is intertwined with your love and your passion, right? So what happens if you don't have that? What happens if that's removed? What if the impetus or the catalyst or the thing that makes you even want to paint and draw altogether is your love for the world, or is your love for, let's say, a beautiful scenery, and then something happens to your legs and you're not able to go out anymore, and you become depressed and despondent, and the thing that was the condition, that's the condition, that you can go out there into the world and enjoy something that's going to inspire you to paint. Well, you don't feel that anymore because you don't have the paint palette. You don't have the hand to paint anymore. You don't have the legs to go out there anymore. You don't have the desire. And so that love and that condition start to waver, and therefore what you used to do is now something that you don't really love to do anymore. You're not happy anymore because it was based on conditions. The same thing is true with a marriage. You both fell in love when you were young, and the guy was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a rock and roll star, and she was like, oh my gosh, you were totally so cool, the way you handle that guitar, and yeah, I'm gonna hook you up, we're gonna live in a mansion, we're gonna do. Now she went out with him and she was so in love and enamored because he was gonna be this big rock star. And life happened, and let's say even if he did become one, and even if he did make millions of dollars, but the situations of life broke him down, broke the circumstances down, the conditions of life changed that. Well, if she didn't have love and it was just conditions, well, then obviously the conditions changed. There's no need for her to hang around anymore. If she had love and didn't have any conditions, well, she would just love him blindly, and then she would be unhappy with her life because there is no more fertility in that relationship. And what was it that kept it and sustained it? And in this particular example is all of the fame, the money, and all of the things. So you need both. You need the love and you need the conditions. And I don't care what you say, everybody works under conditions. So again, if I said to my wife, well, I promise to be with you through thick and thin, through good health and sickness, through rich or poor, and that was a commitment that I made, and that was the condition that she said, well, then I definitely want you to be there through thick and thin for me. And then, something happens, and then I don't, and then I waver. Well, that's going to obviously have an effect on the relationship. So this is true with every relationship. Like I said, I already went through what types of relationship. It's any relationship. It can even be your own personal condition. A lot of people say, I'm not going to be happy until I meet A, B, and C, until I meet these conditions, then I'll be happy. And the problem with that is that, happiness is something that's within. And if you don't meet A, B, and C, and that's the criteria, those are the conditions for you to be happy, well, then you're going to live a pretty miserable life because you never met those conditions, or you're trying so hard to meet these conditions that you're unhappy in the process. And that unhappiness trying to meet these conditions just continues to squash those conditions, and you'll just be a dog chasing its tail, and then be unhappy and unfruitful for the rest of your life. But if you change the condition to say something like, I'm going to be happy, I choose to be happy because I'm alive and I know I have these creative gifts or what have you, and I'm going to choose to be happy, and when I meet these conditions, then I feel like I'm definitely going to have more to aspire to. So if I can just do A, B, and C while I'm happy, and that's my own condition, then of course I can meet the rest of the alphabet along the way. But again, don't fool yourself with conditions. Now, some people take the conditions and the love part very seriously. Like I said, if you have some guy who's going out with a girl because she always kissed him a certain way, and she gave it up to him anytime he needed it, and she had X amount of dollars, and that was what got that relationship going. Well, I can tell you right now, the love part of it, even if she did love him like crazy, the love part of it is going to fail because he has conditions that were preconceived already in his mind that is going to sustain this relationship. And if those conditions aren't met, well, he's just not going to be happy. So this is going to be true with everything. And that's why people don't work, the work environment doesn't lend itself for people who are passionate about doing what they love to do, because the conditions are, yes, you get a document, an agreement that you sign that says, well, if you do A, B, and C, you'll get paid X amount of dollars, and these are the hours we need you to work, and these are the conditions that we are looking for you to work within. And you agree to those conditions, but because the condition in that particular case has no love, then eventually those conditions are going to change for you because you don't have a passion or a love for it. So you see how without the love and the condition together, things start to become a little precarious in any relationship. So I would dare to say, look over in all of your relationships, in everything that you do, everything, and see if those two things are there. Love, or we'll call it love/passion, and condition, okay? What are the conditions that make you who you are and make whatever relationship what it is? And is all that you are being happy about or sad about predicated on those conditions, and or the love not working symbiotically in order to be fruitful in your life? So I know this is super deep, but it is important for you to note that you have to make the distinguishment, okay? You have to make the distinguishments. And if this video does anything, I'm hoping that it'll at least help you make the distinguishment between the two things that are pulling at you and could be possibly making your life a living hell. So change those things real quick. It literally is something that can be changed overnight. All right, so just think about that and be true to yourself. All right, guys, we'll talk again in another video. Peace.